Hello. So I'm in LibreCAD. Um, it's a free computer-aided design, computer-aided drawing piece of software. I donated 10 quid to them because it's free, but it's brilliant. I must admit, I love it. Anyway, so I'm on with this manifold for the Thunderace to host two twin downdraft Weber carbs. So that's the manifold. I've taken the manifold off the engine. I took number two off, as I showed you in the previous video. I've done a few measurements, and that's what it looks like side onwards, if you know what I mean. So let's go to this one, and this is the angle. So imagine that's the cylinder head, and this is the inlet manifold that's bolted to the cylinder head. So this line here, that line there, in that dotted line there, is actually it's actually that there, if that makes sense. So let's go back to this one. So that's that. So that's the inlet manifold. They're just slightly bigger at the top than they are at the bottom because, like I say, this is oval at the bottom. It's like an oval shape, whereas at the top are round because obviously that's where your rubbers sit on. And I've worked it out that it's 65 degrees, so that the slope on the cylinder head where the manifold bolts to is 65 degrees to horizontal. Hang on a minute. Right, I've actually got 90 degrees there. So the bottom of the manifold is 90 degrees to this center line, but the actual slope of the head, where this manifold bolts onto, is 65 degrees compared to the vertical line of the center of the engine, I think. Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, I've worked it out at that. And then the third drawing I've done is that. So just bearing in mind, this is how I think the inlet manifold needs to look. So that this square bit here, that there, is it's that bit there. So you can see that bit there. That's what that is. And then in my last video, I showed you that the manifolds that I've ordered, what I'm going to cut up, if I can cut them up and make them fit to that, it'd be perfect. Because obviously, with this, because they downdraft carbs, they need to be perfectly vertical, don't they? And then obviously the gas will come, the air mixture, the air fuel mixture will come down the carburetor, and then down there and into the engine. So, because if you think about it, when the carburetors sit on the carburetors, let's just see if I can. Let me just see if I can sort of like draw some carburetors. So you'll have the rubbers on, and the carburetors will sort of like be, I'm shit at drawing carburetors, but anyway, you know what I mean. So the carburetors they sort of like sit on it like that, don't they? And then the airbox then obviously sits on top of that, and then it fucks off over here somewhere. If you know what I mean. So anyway, so this is how far I've got so far. So I am. It's going to take a lot of planning. Is this actually? It's going to take a lot of measurements and stuff like that. If I can't cut them manifolds that I've bought and make them fit, then this here, that, okay, no, you can tell me AutoCAD shit, can't you? But anyway, that in the dotted line, if I can't cut them and get them welded up onto there, onto the existing manifolds, because the existing inlet manifolds, you've got all the pipes for the balancing and stuff like that, haven't they? So if I can keep them, and they've got the right bolt holes to bolt onto the head. So if I can't get that done, then I'm gonna have to sort of like get some made, um, if that makes sense. But if I get them made, then I'd need to get all that made as one. Oops. Anyway, this is just a quick video, just to show you that I'm still ongoing. It's still ongoing, basically. I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and hopefully next week, in the next week or the week after, they'll arrive. So we'll see how they go.